It's kind of amazing how something as simple as a pen can bring complete strangers together. People who've never met bonding instantly over ink colors, nib sizes, and stories behind every scratch of handwriting. Today I'm taking you along to my very first Pelikan Hub, and let's just say it was one of those nights that reminded me why I fell in love with this hobby. Hey friends, Freddie here from Pens and Ponderings. Today's video is a little special. It's about my very first Pelikan Hub. I made the 1-hour drive out to Easton, Pennsylvania, met up with some wonderful friends, met new friends, and found myself surrounded by fellow fountain pen and ink enthusiasts. It was definitely one of those nights that reminds you just how magical this community is. So as I mentioned, it's about an hour from where I live to Easton. So it definitely gave me plenty of time to think about which pens I packed. I brought about 40 pens. Yes, 40. Because, when you go to a pen event, you never know what people will want to try or what conversation a single nib might start. So I figured the more the merrier. And besides, I'm driving there. It's a walkable town. The weather was so nice, so I can pack as much as I want. So Easton, Pennsylvania is a very charming small town that is literally outside of New Jersey. It's actually the first exit as you cross the PA border. It has these quaint and cozy brick sidewalks and little shops, and this sense that everyone actually knows each other. It's definitely one of those towns. I love it. The lovely Heather Jo from Buck's Bespokery was our host or our hub master, and she was so generous to find us, in my opinion, the perfect spot for a pen meet. The hub was held at Book and Puppet Company. It's an independent bookstore that doubles as a community hub for readings, puppet shows, and other creative events. It was just perfect for a fountain pen gathering, in my opinion. It's intimate, warm, and really full of character. There's always something about going inside a bookstore that is not a chain. I mean, no shade, of course, but the smell of vintage books and that little town vibe is really a different experience. It reminded me of my favorite, and I would think everyone who has experienced it would feel the same way, is the Shakespeare Company in Paris. If you ever go, make sure to add it to your agenda of places to go. Also, in my opinion, again, one of the best things about Easton is two of my favorite people in the world lives there, Miss Carmen and her husband Carlos. Miss Carmen is from Pen Friends Live. If you're not familiar, I will make sure to leave all her social media and YouTube channel in the description, so you can follow her and join the fun on their weekly podcast. A lot of fun. They picked out this quaint Italian spot just a few blocks from the venue for us to meet up, have a quick bite, and just chat before the event. The restaurant is called Sette Luna. It's one of those Italian restaurants where the food actually tastes like homemade. I also got to meet their lovely friend Kathy. So if you're watching, hi Kathy. It was a perfect way to ease into the evening, just catch up, laughing, and of course talking pens before we even got there. So what is a Pelikan Hub? Well, if you've never heard of Pelikan, they're one of the oldest and most respected fountain pen brands in the world. It's a German company that's been around since 1800s. They're known for their high quality craftsmanship and buttery smooth nibs, among other things. And once a year, Pelikan does something really special called the Pelikan Hub. It's not a trade show or a sales event. Let's get that out of the way. It's more like a worldwide pen meetup. It happens on the same day in cities all over the world. So think of it like a massive fountain pen party, just in different time zones. Pretty cool. I mean, just the thought of that magnitude is beyond amazing. So this is where Pelikan fans and actually non-Pelikan users gather to celebrate their shared love of writing, ink, and good conversations. Yes, you do not need to own a Pelikan to join. Joining is actually free, or registration is free. However, depending on the venue, of course, or other circumstances, there might be a fee for the actual event. Each city has its own hub master who organizes the event, and Pelikan usually would send out little goodies for everyone attending. And as I mentioned, our hub master is the lovely Heather Jo from Buck's Bespokery. And I will leave all her information in the description below. So if you're ever in the New Jersey, New York, PA area, please go visit her shop. It's located inside the Belleville Market. I can literally spend hours inside that store. So she has her stationery store inside that indoor, I guess you could say, marketplace, so it's so cool. So this year, like I mentioned, I finally got to go to my first ever Pelikan Hub, and the closest one to me was in Easton, Pennsylvania. Thankfully, actually, I'm glad about that because I already know, of course, Miss Carmen. I already know Heather Jo from before, so it just worked out really well. I mean, technically, it is equidistant to New York City, but Easton is just a lot more convenient for me commute-wise. Another fun fact, actually, is this is the first Pelikan Hub in the Easton area, and we had about 20 people, so it's a good turnout. The air was practically humming with fountain pen and ink chatter, which I love. So when we got to the venue, I immediately knew I was in my element. Vintage books, the different rooms for different types of gathering, nice cozy chairs. We actually got one of the bigger rooms, and as we were setting up the tables and chairs, people started to trickle in. And I have been to a couple of pen shows this year, and that was a blast. But having that intimate setting with other pen folks hits you really different. I don't know. Like, everyone had something to show, something to say, or some ink to share. It's just amazing how quickly you can connect with total strangers just by asking, ooh, what pen is that? Or, oh my God, I love that pen. Can I see it? Whatever. It was just an amazing experience. So obviously we compared notes, we swapped writing samples, talked about quirks or of certain nibs, and the usual, I've been eyeing that one for months now or whatever. So overall, I want to say it was a good crowd, very nice folks, very friendly, and especially Ian, very, very friendly guy. I'll make sure to add his Instagram on the description so you can follow him. So as I mentioned earlier, Pelikan being the generous brand they are, they provided everyone with a free ink bottle. And I don't know the details, but we did not get the ink of the year, which is this one. It's the Apricot Achat. And I don't know why, but we got different choices. I saw almost like a blush color. There's a blue, and then what I got was the mandarin. So it's pretty close to this color. I think it's just slightly, no, it's actually darker than this one. It's orange. The ink of the year, the apricot acai, is inspired by the apricot agate. So if you look it up, that's basically the inspiration for this color. And what I got was, again, it's called Mandarin. Now, and I can talk about this later. But yeah, so this is the color, right? And it's a really cool bottle. This is my first full bottle of Pelikan. And I don't know if you've ever seen the bottle, but it looks like a cologne or a perfume. It's a really, really pretty bottle. Yeah, so again, it's called Mandarin, and someone did swatch it last night. It was pretty orange. Yeah. Inside the box, you get a little postcard that says that, Pelikan Hubs, October 24th, 2025. So just a nice postcard. And I thought this was like a little pamphlet. When I opened it, it's actually a pad, blank pad. So, and of course, I'm pretty sure this is fountain pen friendly. So pretty cool. You can never have too many pads, in my opinion. But yeah, so that is for Pelikan. Also, again, thanks to Heather Joe and, having that good relationship with other retailers, we also got some freebies from Esterbrook. I have so many of these bags. Oh my God. But we got a blotter paper. You can never have too many of these. You always need a blotter paper. And I love their blotter paper. That's all I have, all Esterbrook's. They also got us some stickers, which I already own this from the Empire Show. And this one, I didn't open it yet. This one right here, I think someone told me it is a bookmark. So I'm going to open it right now. Oh my God. Okay. There's no glamorous way of opening this. Oh, I already have this. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I love this one. Where's my other one? Oh yeah, there you go. See, I already own one. So, and I always use this for my journaling. So, yay! Thank you, Esterbrook. What else? Oh, and we had some raffle last night. Oh, I forgot. There's another sticker. I won a raffle last night, and it's a single pen sleeve from Lamy. Pretty cool. So those are my freebies from last night. Very, very nice. Such a nice crowd. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is the only Pelikan pen I have, and I think I posted this in my previous video. So last night I broke my rule of not letting anyone touch my Grail pens, but this one guy, he was pretty cool, so I said, you know what, go ahead. Yeah. And of course, Michelle, my other pen friend from New Jersey, who came at the show, came at the event. I also let her touch it or use it because she owns other Pelikans, and she was comparing the sizes, and I told her, because this is metal, so it is, even though it's a Pelikan M800, it is heavier. It's noticeably heavier than the regular or the other M800s. So yeah, my favorite part of the night wasn't even the ink or the pens. Actually, it was really more of the conversations. I met new people, we shared stories, and found myself learning so much just by listening. And some folks have been collecting for decades, others were brand new, holding their very first fountain pen, and that's always very, very nostalgic for a lot of people who have been into fountain pen for quite a while. But no matter where you are in this hobby, like, everyone speaks the same language, right? It's the love of writing, as cheesy as that may sound. I even got to talk about nib preferences, pen maintenance. What else? The eternal debate on nib sizes, fine versus medium versus extra fine, broad, all the good stuff. There's just something so energizing about being in a room full of people who just get it. And as the night went on, I realized that, this is what the fountain pen world is all about, right? Sure, the pens are beautiful, the inks are amazing, but what keeps you coming back are the people. We're all so different in backgrounds, jobs, where we live, but somehow this simple act of writing brings us together. And the best part, to me, is it's not competitive. I mean, there's always going to be outliers out there, and that's fine, It's just pure enthusiasm. People sharing what they love, learning from each other, and leaving inspired, And as a pretty analytical person, I find it fascinating how this hobby functions like its own ecosystem. Physical objects like pens and inks connect people emotionally. And that kind of connection, you just can't replicate that online. All right, so how to join the hub. If you've never been to a Pelikan Hub or any pen meet, I cannot recommend it enough. Just go. Bring your favorite pens, your favorite inks. Even if you only have one or two, you'll walk in as a stranger and walk out with new friends, guaranteed. You can find out about the future hubs on Pelikan's official site, pelikan-hubs.com. And of course, I'll put that in the description below, or ask around in your local pen community. And if you're thinking about, oh my God, what was that? Something fell. All right. I'm not editing this. If you're thinking about going next year, mark your calendars for October. Pelikan Hubs usually happen around that time worldwide. So, I left the night feeling full, not just from the dinner, but from the connection. I met incredible people, added a beautiful bottle of ink to my collection, and left inspired to keep writing, creating, and sharing. The Pelikan Hub, to me, was more than just a pen meet. It was a reminder of why I started this channel in the first place. It's to celebrate the art of writing, the joy of collecting, and the friendships that come along the way. So again, I am Freddie. This is Pens and Ponderings, and until next time, keep writing your story, one ink line at a time.